Confirmed.
So there it is. The Grok.
Rhino online.
I see.
Locked in.
The Grok locked in on the has done.
OM already, so there's an information that OM already utilizes like and bounce, and then, you know, that trick where you sell your boots afterwards to kind of get into a position where he can at least bully Kelra into the situation. I think the main win condition of Roger versus Nathan in that laning stage is for Roger to have more farm against the Nathan, and also put Nathan very low prior to level 4.
Yeah, and maybe get bothered with, oh my!
Oh, wow.
They don't want him in the jungle, that's for sure. Escalera will be fine, of course, but great response and support from Blacklist International here.
Yep, and still a lot of vision, a lot of crowd control in the mid lane. Super Prince healing back a lot of the damage.
Oh, he's going to get the stun, gets it off, but of course just poking it down here. And that's the thing, Escalera, he's got his work cut out for him on this Grok, but King Kong also near that level 4.
He steals away the orange.
Yeah, he got it from him. Sensui not going to have that for now, so there's a minor lead being built here between the junglers.
And with that lead, Onic does have a bit of power to go here in the XP lane. Will not go for the Paquito. Might just have a big edge in the next turtle fight. Look at this Angela.
Oh. And this is the thing. I guess, again, when we talked about Angela being in the mid lane, there's not a lot of players that'll do it, but with Super Prince as well, he's done this time before, and it works out. So, but that's the thing. The main point of having the Angela is, of course, you can put pressure on the side lanes. You don't have to be there for the fight because you can just hard guard in, and it works really well with the lineup they have.
Yep.
And with this, Onic will be starting the first turtle of the game. Haji about to hit level 4. This might just be a big team fight.
Gonna go for it once again. There's the hard guard we're speaking about. They get the flicker out from Yue, and that is going to be the turtle going in the hands of Onic here. Haji and running as well. Sensui on the top side. Just going to be forced back, so Onic finding the objective.
So I like the idea coming out from Onic where they know that eventually there's a play that Blacklist International always does with this Akai, where they kind of forego the first turtle so that they can invade and then eventually win the EXP battle, right? So they're taking away jungle creeps when their opposing jungler is busy taking the turtle. But this time, Escalera as well as Ohem kind of knew, Escalera as well as Kelra knew that that will happen. That's why Escalera already positioned himself into that bush near the Rock Ursa.
Oh, wild charge. It's going to be on Haji. He has to flicker around. Rest of Onic was there, though, as well. He's going to final slash into the turret, but he'll get out of there with the Daytona's welcome.
Wow. The dash coming in from that Daytona's welcome. Definitely the biggest buff for the biggest dinosaur in the land of Dawn.
Let's be real. He needed it, though.
Yeah, I mean, he needed it, but...
I mean,
I'm on the fair.
Before that, before he had the dash, you just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
So it feels a little slow.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
Well, if it meant that Fredrin as well as Martis and Baksha are not just the top 3 heroes, I think I'll take it.
That's
the jungle,
true.
I mean.
At least there's a new contender. There's like the big 4, except Martis is about to fall off.
Yeah. He's kind of already there.
Big 3+1.
Yeah, big 3+1.
It's like the extra flavor that you get.
3 in 1.
It's like 3 in 1.
Yeah.
20 seconds before the second turtle spawns. Blacklist International with a very small lead here. Still anybody's game as we enter that part of the game. Hunter Strike already secured here for Edward. Might just be a big item if they go 1v1.
No.
Oh, that's a new skin! That's Terry Bodard.
Did
I say that right?
I think so. That's the one I have. I got lucky enough to grab that, and it's a great skin.
I want to trade. You want to trade?
No.
Is that even possible?
Any My Enjoyers? No? Alright, turtle then.
Right.
That's about it.
Oh, wow. The damage coming in, but the healing from Super Prince as well. Looks like it's going to be a turtle fight between these two teams. Still no big gold lead. And no big ultimates just yet.
See how they play around it again. Turtle dance going to happen. There's the flicker, wild charge along with the hard guard. They're going to force them back a little bit longer. Still they ignore the turtle. They want the bodies. Yue's going to be the one to fall, and now the response. Gem goes next. Haji on the backside, pushing them back further. They're so tanky though. Edward gets away with 1 HP, but Haji won't do the same. Onic able to win the skirmish.
And get the turtle as well, unless of course they try to contest, but looks like Sensui's gonna try to find things elsewhere. Doesn't really find apart the Lethal Wanderer. Onic gets a big win in that trade.
Wonderful heads-up play coming out from Onic, utilizing the flicker while Church on Escalera. Then afterwards, activating Kelra in that skirmish, knowing full well that the turtle spawned near the gold lane where Kelra was. They took advantage of the early spike of this Feather of Heaven coming out from Kelra and the Purify being used as well. It's like Onic managed to utilize all of their utilities. It's a redundancy, but yeah. But essentially, that's what they did in that clash. Allowed them to run over Blacklist International even after Gem died.
Yeah, and I love the usage of the Heart Guard, the early usage in Gem, just making sure that this CC is unstoppable the moment that he enters that 3v1. But oh no, Kelra.
Edward, he's going to be in trouble here. Kelra gets a little bit of the shield, going to get blocked up by a Guardian's Barrier from Escalera, and Kelra will cap off the kill.
Painful to see.
You can't
The
punch
Grok
through that.
block, he can't punch it out.
Even with that skin, and now on the top side, once again, a huge Final Slash going to come through, but they can't do the damage just yet. They're trying to get through the aggro here.
King Kong.
Oheb quite low. King Kong, is he going to be able to catch him over the wall? He goes.
Ape
There's
mode.
the missiles, gets him right to him, and Oheb will fall there.
Nice missile expert coming in from King Kong. Looks like Onic is ramping up the pace. It's kill after objective, objective after kill. Let's look at the goal difference.
Of course, a little bit for the side of Kelra, but what's significant here is the overall goal for Onic.
Escalera trying to make a play under the turret. Kelra has to go back. Half health here for now. All this for that tier 1 turret. Blacklist International going to have to gather themselves here. Onic just playing around with this momentum.
Yep. Almost a push coming out from Onic, and I like the fact that they're utilizing their Nathan very earlier on. It's a great idea coming out from Onic, which means that it will mean that they will have map control, which is what absolutely they need in this game, so that they can stop the progression of this Akai plus the Roger.
Oh, look at this. Sensui going to be forced back, use the heavy spin as well, just completely bullied out of the area for this turtle as Onic will grab this third one.
Another turtle secured here for the side of Onic. And that is all of the turtles inside this game.
Oh, Escalera again under the turret will find a UA. They have nowhere to breathe for Blacklist International. Onic continuing down the mid lane. Even going to force Sensui out of the purple buff. What can Blacklist do?
Oh man, it's gonna be difficult, but they have to group up as 5. Haji has to have the flicker final slash for the outplay, and then they will definitely need Oheb's damage output. Because the thing is, as the Akai, you don't deal as much damage as a Bats would or a Baksha would. You deal so much crowd control, but damage department not gonna come from the Akai. It has to come from somewhere else, so that should be Vexana or Oheb.
And we've been waiting for that moment to happen, but sadly, every time a team fight breaks out, it has always been Oheb being left out, mainly because of reasons like this. He can't go wolf form.
Yeah, he's having a hard time. Again, Escalera here in the front of it. King Kong there as well. They get the flicker out from Haji as he's stuck there, and now they're under the tier 2 once again. They're just being outmaneuvered, out-firepowered. Heavy spin going to come down. Can't get him locked down, but he goes under the turret. Whoa! Again, another set. Gem also making his way there. The Heart Guard on top of Kelra. But look at the damage come through from Onic. Haji down, King Kong the trade. But they want the tier 2. Meanwhile, there's a push up top as well from Edward. But Onic happy to trade.
That is literally an explosive Grok.
Wow!
What did he do there?
Wild charge vertically and then flickered horizontally. He made an L. Dude, that was amazing coming from Escalera, because the thing is you can transfer your wall charge, right? And then if you hit the wall, there's a big AoE where you can stun your opponents as the Grok, and then the knock-up as well. Great usage of the Grok coming up from Escalera.
And with this, Edward knew that the only thing that he could do during that time was just to trade, but Haji with no flicker, this might just be dangerous. Goes back in, goes back out. Potential Lord fight brewing 10 minutes in.
So of these down here. Escalera, though, look at the damage coming through. They can't find the kill, though. So, again, you're going to go ahead and reset, and they're going to get situated for this Lord dance here.
And I'm not quite sure who they're going to give that purple to, but looks like Onic is starting to give out the purple to Kelra instead.
Oh.
10 minutes in, Escalera is yet to complete an item. He went for all of the casual items, the chop suey build.
Chop suey build.
Yep.
We have Sensui, we also have Chop Suey, and now the Lord is started by Onic Philippines. Sensui looks to go in for that Lord!
Oh, again, Haji gets the surprise and he falls, and now Heart Guard on Gem, gonna force Sensui to mess the Blacklist back. Edward goes down to the bottom lane because he knows he's trapped. Sensui, though, can't get away. Gem gets the kill. And now Onic will go ahead for the Lord. Oheb wants the fight. Oheb jumps in, gets one before he falls. Meanwhile, Edward punching down the turrets at the tier 2, making his way forward, but that'll be the Lord for Onic.
And another turret trade here for Blacklist International as the gold lead coming in from Onic grows to around 4,000. When this is the trade for Blacklist, would you call this a worthy trade?
Oh. Worthy in a way that there's nothing else that they can do apart from that. It's like Edward was able to make something out of nothing, essentially. Like he turned water into wine, basically, because that's the only thing that he can do. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Because Blacklist International needed to win that Lord fight. But what Edward did was to get something out of trash, basically.
Yeah. Salvage the entire play. Potential 1v1 if Gem checks the bush, but looks like he wouldn't. Onic right now on a roll. Around 5k gold lead, could potentially get an inhibitor turret out of this one, but this is not a Luminous Lord yet.
Only needed, what, 2 seconds to take out the entire turret? That's Nathan. That's how strong the Nathan is.
That's exactly why it's being chosen so early.
Exactly.
So again, deal with this Lord here. It is the first one of the game. They're going to do what work they can. Onic Philippines still waiting for some of these waves to push in to see if they can get more of the turrets, the base turrets down of Blacklist International. If they catch anyone like that, Sensui has to be careful from those missiles. Right now, they still hold it together for Blacklist.
And this is the power of the Vexana. Looks like Blacklist International could take this all day.
Woo. King Kong. I mean, this is an unfair comparison. This is Barretts versus Akai. Akai is not a damage dealer, but we know that that's impact!
They get Sensui again for the final slash onto the turret. Still going to battle off. Kelra gets the Heart Guard. He's unloading in the backside, forcing Blacklist International back. They only lose Sensui, but now eyes set on these turrets here. Onic with a win in that exchange.
Kelra with the Heart Guard. He was untouchable in that fight. Still a 5k gold lead, and they're continuing.
Continuing on again, Haji trying to help keep them maintaining these turrets, but it's Onic just playing on this side of the map.
So, what Onic is doing is great, though, as they are stealing away the purple buff as well as the orange buff. Lord is going to be respawning soon. They're going to have their own fair share of buffs. They took away a lot of farm from Blacklist International. And I would say that there is no chance for Blacklist to contest this upcoming Lord.
Yeah. But would it still be a lot to ask out of Sensui? Do you think it's worthy to risk a heavy spin into a possible retribution?
Yes, that's worthy. As long as he does not get poked out. Somebody else has to supply the vision to Sensui, but who will do it?
That's true.
Remember, in the early parts of the season, we were really talking about the ultra instincts of Sensui, able to pull some amazing things off. So if it's time to channel that instinct, it's now.
Well, hopefully he does, because this is a much-needed Lord for Blacklist International. Mission impossible for Sensui. Kelra gets poked out.
Escalera's there. They find Edward. There's the wild charge gem there to help him out. He's got plenty of shield, though. Tanky enough himself. They deal with that. Lord still being worked on. It's going to go for the soft reset. King Kong pulls it back out as they get ready.
Thing is, Onic could burst this anytime they want, but they're just delaying it, making sure that it's the right time to go all in on that Lord. When is that right time?
That will happen if they will have the wild charge, I believe. Because that's going to be the game changer.
Wow, look at Kalra just deleting that first half of the health bar here of the Lord. Still taking their time with it.
Oh,
they go
no
again.
way.
Edward able to survive. So again, Onic gonna push it forward. Still want to fight this out. They're gonna force a Blacklist back a little bit. They'll start the Lord back up, but Sensui wants to get the vision.
Look at the poke.
Wants to get in for this fight. He might get caught in a bad situation though. He's less than half health. They have to take this very slowly. It's gonna reset once again.
Another reset, and only Kelra would do that. Literally dash in right in front of the Paquito. It has been like that for Kelra. That killer instinct is no longer just an instinct. It's his regular day.
Yes.
That's part of his life at this point.
Yeah.
Aggression, now we can see. And Kelra, give us a interesting new tech playing the Nathan. Activate the entropy from what we call the left bush mid.
The LBM.
LBM.
Yeah.
Pop the entropy into the, I hate to say this, but it's called ambush.
The ambush.
ambush.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that, you know? What
And
about
then-
the ambush?
Yeah. There's also the George Bush, by the way. So.
Oh, what's the George Bush? Tell me what's the George Bush.
All right, so imagine the orange buff.
Yes.
Right, so he has the orange bush, right?
Yes. In game number 1, it's Onic Philippines ahead by around 4,000 as they start the Lord once again. We've been in this Lord dance for quite a few minutes already.
Okay. Keep an eye. Escalera doesn't have the flicker available this time, but he does have that wild charge. Kalra is having a massive game, so Blacklist International knows it. They've got to deal with him as well. And this is the stalemate right now. The Lord resets.
Still so painful though. Like, this is a level 2 Lord, if I'm not mistaken.
level 2.
Very hurtful if you stay around it.
Oheb really wants a piece of this Grok. Look at him chase Escalera.
Yeah. And, you know, this Grok definitely showing a lot of great plays. 0, 0, and 8. That's around 80% kill participation. It's easy to compute because it's 10 kills.
That's quick
Yeah.
maths.
Quick maths.
I like that.
Dominance eyes picked up here for Escalera.
That's why you're a coach.
Oh,
One of the best.
brother,
coaches.
you are one of the best coaches. Let's not make...
I'm feeling inferior here. I'm not a coach of anything.
That's
Oh,
okay,
you're
nice.
a life coach.
You're a life coach.
Yeah.
What's your
content.
inspirational word for Oheb right now? Who might just be next?
Never
But the
say
pure-
never. Oh! Flash comes in. There's the heart guard. Haji's going to be taken out, though. The turtle guard is going to be dropped, but Blacklist International, motivation or not, lose Haji. And now they have to deal with this Lord Dance. Onic going to start it up. Gem in the front side alongside Escalera. Sensui trying to do anything he can to get in the zone. Goes in with a heavy spin, but he's eaten up. Thrown into the wall, and Kelra gets the Lord, and now Sensui on the run. Gets blocked off. A Panda can't go through that as he falls.
That Grok block plus
man.
the bait. Beautiful from Onic.
And now Edward is trapped. By the way, insane reaction coming out from Kelra with the Purify. I've always said that Final Slash Flicker is one of the hardest or most difficult spell combos to dodge. And I'm sure that a lot of people will agree, but Kelra's reaction is so on point. They punish Haji afterwards, and then King Kong just zoning out Sensui, then utilizing the Tonus Welcome, the Grok block coming out from Escalera to finish it off. Onic are just trampling Blacklist International now.
Great wave clear though, coming in from Yue. 1v1 here in the top side. Gem does suffer a bit, but will be sustaining with the yo-yo. Onic with an 8k gold lead pushing in the bot lane as well. They have sustain, they have all the flickers that they need, and Kelra does have that Purify as well.
Lord going to go in and charge up, gets the turret down. Escalera holding on to the flicker. He's going to take that final slash right there. Wild charges defensively. They're happy with the turret down. Still going to be working for it now. Escalera Immortality going to be popped, but they're dealing with everything here. Still have the Immortality, and Onic now makes their way top side here, guarding themselves a massive lead. Sensui cuts King Kong off, but no follow-up for it.
Oh, Escalera Doesn't have the wild charge, but will conceal.
Just kind of feeling things out. Once again, the final slash. Gem will be just fine.
They're not stopping.
Do they still put the pressure here in the base? Onic spending a long time in this.
They're
They would
not
clear these waves
stopping.
out. Looking for the top lane inhibitor turret.
Tonus Welcome still being loaded up, but only to threaten Blacklist International. Now Haji has to defend, doesn't even get the vision just yet. Onic is just denying so much from Blacklist International and already building towards that 10k gold lead.
Massive goal lead. Onic can just rinse and repeat. They're not going to be overly extending, knowing that Blacklist International is a disciplined team as well.
Yep.
They're managing their lanes as... that's also very important for Onic, because they don't want to see their turrets go down because of Edward's split pushing. So you're going to notice that Onic will prioritize the slow push or just to completely manage their waves.
So far, so good for Onic. They've been pushing, they've been taking objectives. Retribution used here. It looks like they're not going to go all in. 8 seconds before the Evolved Lord. And this is looking to be already Onyx Lord unless Blacklist could pull off a miracle.
See if they can get in position. Because as soon as they start this up, Kelra being completely massive on this nade, and look how much damage he's doing to this. There's the conceal going to be used. Escalera wants to keep them on this side of the map. Going to force them back a bit further. Sensui having a hell of a time trying to get in the position here. But Onic, even with the lead, will still respect it as they take things slowly.
Minions pushing up top for Onic. That's the bait.
The bait, Haji again. They jump in. Kelra goes in with the entropy, and there's the lockdown once again. Gem chasing Oheb back. Won't be able to part of the fight, and meanwhile, Sensui gets eaten up. Thrown into the wall. Immortality can be popped. A time is Guado. Gem will fall. Sensui now going to be run down by King Kong and the rest. It's Kelra that gets the kill. Sensui down. Onic only lost Gem. They'll get the Lord.
No jungler here for Blacklist will mean the Evolved Lord for Onic Philippines. And that will be Escalera guarding everyone inside that Lord pit as Onic Philippines secures the Evolved Lord.
They will rush to the mid. Sensui says 36 seconds. Edward had to flicker.
Goes in with a wild charge. They're looking for another. It's Haji. And there's the flicker in response. And we're going to get out. That's the Eternal Guard to cut him off. But right now, Onic getting crept in for this Lord push.
King Kong burns the Detona's welcome. Huge minion wave here in the mid lane. Might just be the end game push for Onic Philippines.
Blacklist International has to pull a miracle off for this defense. Edward trying to buy some time, but look at the damage coming out from Kelra. Lord working on the base. Oheb jumps in, but the crystal's going to be worked on as Onic takes game one.
Game one secured for Onic with an unstoppable nation.